is admitting say there has been losses. One was Sammy is admitting say there has been losses. One was all the propaganda, all the PR, all the shenanigans. Sammy Jeffini government near Adia now or more admitted said there are losses. So why was all the propaganda? I don't know PR. It is Sammy Jeffini call merry go round. I was afraid you too. What come merry go round there? Fed also no idea to say GOLDBOD no making losses. Concern a boy here. It really say I see company making losses are any crime. See I see company making losses are any crime. Say a bank for cry a year bank. So we almost close your books for the day. They make losses. And bank biakra they make accommodation for losses. Because I said the wakoto emono. What the more banks bear 6 kujaswa. Shano olonka ompono na olonka ba kwa shoti. Sane humanity. Into company bia obe make the problem that comes with the losses. In the case of it is when the losses near a dorsum. That is when it's a problem. It's an alarming because I know any normal loss. But you make way from 1 minus 1 losses. It is normal. It counts with the job. But when the losses become extreme, when the losses become a big loss, that is when it's a problem. It's in a GOLDBOD for the year problem. And a GOLDBOD, NDC phone GOLDBOD, they Ghana for in a GOLDBOD. So one on all they can more beyond commenting about GOLDBOD because it's an ignorant mouth. It's an ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant mouth. Because Ghana is the same taxpayers' money. And found your free Kumasi and found your free Accra, your free Sabulugu. Ghana is who your taxpayers' money. And yet they build the Bank of Ghana. And Bank of Ghana is answerable to the people of Ghana. Forget Yawano. So one goes here now, who person now person with your propaganda now by me, I'll ignore you. Because this is not about propaganda, this is about education. We need to give people media for the no. And that is why I yes NDC by media for criticizing. We are the critics of every government. Now then you are disgracing us. Granted, say we are doctor to accounting. But me doctor, me accounting. But me cry am doing coins the kakra no crash let me say. Simple mathematics and a simple corporate governance in just say the facts will be a tech company and it doesn't mean that loss is bad. We cannot question it. And I say we have to blame the person who formed the company because as no management of a company and as no the founders of a company. Simple basic analogy. Say a setting up any institution. Ain't President Kufuor setting up NHIA no say NHIA making losses. I am going to President Kufuor and I shan't read them as we member and massive because the fact says a GOLDBOD but Umiaka set it up. It doesn't, there's no correlation between whoever set up the GOLDBOD and the losses. Because losses is purely about management. So be managing company, whether the company makes a loss or not, it's purely about management and the management decisions that would have led to the losses or otherwise. It has nothing to do with being a company, no. Because yes, despite it, will be a companies be need fufu, special ice near there, any UTV near there. Inti despite neti company boka you go beside despite because despite a human running onim hwe father na running. Inti losses ba. It is the management of despite media. Any despite companies no money ebeka ko busa you go busa despite. He ono what company na but he has a board, and the board will appoint a managing director and a general manager to manage the company. The general manager is answerable to the board because the board is the one that manages. It is a gold board they managing gold. That's a gold 9 year. Why are we going to blame Baumia? There's no correlation. Dr. Amoakohene, Jai politics ne propaganda now we on social media no. Some of the things I have busemu ansa no munchira Mr. Why wadaroma? Udi oh ya mebra kuma into Mr. Wadaroma. Asanteman koso nti ya Mr. Oniema bi se impostu na nkofo be attack we kan nyina Mr. Wada. Ye de ne say ye de no nti ye be protect at all costs. Comedian me kwa de more personal interest we say ye manage you here. That be now on presidential. What am I say? Eti tobo ko posi we na nyede. There is no correlation between whoever set up a business and the losses the business makes. Unless it's about Nanka ne Baumia na da home manager. Then you can question Baumia. Baumia is not managing a gold board. It is a losses here, but why should you go and ask Baumia? Meanwhile, go Rex for Eric, because he said if you are more fire, why I trust you. Kitchen blog and they say me they not Friday make dinner juma. Or more do or matemina, where you pay back time. Or more Muslim Janya, Minyanka Mejai, but me see pay back mammy any be. Minus the insult and sana. Why? Mejai, Gary de Mejai. But me yeni be and sana Mejai. Said ya kwa wa tatan crofo. Atata me especially. Ubi our bobra me yen Friday. Why? And then there's some infinite that board on Friday. Ye baba so pa. Tony Science or even made a good job, Tony Medasi. Emmanuel Usu, or say, you are looking good, Patro Medasi Baby. And it's a ferry. And I'm made no obey, Patro Fachamwati. David Banner, or say this guy is this, or say this guy, is this in power still acting arrogant, or say, or the Samidian Fin, or say, Okuta power, but still acting arrogant. So this was Samidian Fin is saying, say, nobody is saying, said there haven't been any losses. So now Samidian Fin is admitting, say, there has been losses. One more no. All the propaganda, all the PR, all the shenanigans, Sami Jefini government near now, or more admitted said there are losses. So why was all the propaganda? I don't know PR. Muhammad Jatun said there have been losses. So why were you doing so much propaganda about it? Why were you doing so much propaganda about it? I should be you, Nagana, no, Ghana. Sabi gold no asami jemfi man. That's why I don't agree with NDC for be food soldiers in the come and don't talk about Sami Jemfi and don't talk about President Mahama. Na President Mahama no de pentecost na jubilee. Jubilee no say mimi sika nimwa. Then you can tell me say shut up, don't talk about President Mahama. And a gold no say mimi di anymore. Even me you can. Me I have more right to speak about gold. Mimi chrome you too gold no kese oboase ni sibi chrome. Oboase ni sibi chrome. Esi adansi esi amansi area ho nyina ho na me free me say free kwabre inti me kranka because ye nyina ye taxpayers the resources here you see gold no assassinate constitution say it is for the people of Ghana but it is vested in the president for the people inti men koye wa adwene te say mo kitchen blogger no nsua de inti he doesn't understand what the constitution provision says. But constitution is very clear, say a national resource. In fact, law na nkruma ye na nkruma did establish minerals commission no. Inti na time galamsey ni ye gidigidi na nkofo na otumfo na emekasa. Otumfo ni power wo galamsey ni mu. Nkruma da na nkruma 1960. And nkruma ye law be a friend no Minerals Act. And omo dey establish minerals commission no. And yes all natural resources including amoba Abuona ye paide ye ka akwan no. It is classified as mineral resources. Ensure ye classified as mineral resources. Timber even anya it is classified as a mineral resources. In Kruma ye law no or say it is vested in the president for the people. Into two phone to win Kostope Galamsey. He doesn't have the mandate. He doesn't have the power. Na mo kra mo fo sa de na efo sa. National security kra mo power na abankuta. The police, the military come on to me. Nine mosi NDC for by omuye nine mosi NDC omucho opposition mano gaga declare state of emergency and a state of emergency at the state of the emergency do other state of the emergency another state of emergency we create the state of emergency ya wada state of emergency if you had the state of emergency memenda kwesi the state of emergency sa NDC by 2 years mun ye koi omuntumi nye state of the emergency bi omuntumi so solve dum so no. This GOLDBOD here, Baomiane, and I'm very disappointed in Assembia. Regional Minister, Ashanti Regional Minister, Amoakohene. Because already, mini pa complete it. Yeah, I'm in person mechanism. Ashanti Regional Minister, because me regional representative there. Man protect you, be a crowd there. We are the bonene bro so dia meka. Name essence so yeah, Ashanti Regional Minister. Oh, Jenny Ghana, ye Ghana adwumenti ya na de bia no pese me shenim cry because ye nim rantie bebre wo politics musa nti ye nya brantie a o yire no ho ye politics a o bo no ho mode a me na e me fe and I want to encourage nya brantie nkwa maba wa bia o mo so ye politics bia no ya na ye me fe se me support ni pakro no wetimi akọ nanim na me kwa Ashanti Regional Minister say ai na GOLDBOD na MPP for criticize Sami Jemfi no enye MPP for kro ya no mo si GOLDBOD no ba o mia na tie nti if there is a loss say I don't know who blame me Sami Jemfi. I'm like, Papa, why is he talking like that? Minister, regional minister, Ashanti regional minister, Sami Jemfi no ankasa kra no a oye PR gidigidi no. Utumu say we there Sami Jemfi, he has pumped a lot of money into this PR. Because PR as Sami Jemfi ye no be say 1 week ni no. Enti na na no me say chairman general bra bejo obo chairman general. Bejo obo chairman general kan say we che Sami Jemfi so Sami Jemfi said the oye no ho senkrofo din no. Said the oye propaganda. Said the oye PR gun kofo ni mas including innocent man like Sami chairman general. Chairman General chese onimonyam for Chairman General. Onimonyam for Chairman General. Ya ye ka omo diga na sika kra ye bupo mu din. Ya kochi bia $1 million ye tuama ba akofo minister. Ye jeli no America. Chairman General din ka ho. Chairman General nipa omo ye nipa bonefo person kuminya greedy people. Chairman General ka ho. And so Sami Jemfi shede yi nanim kasetia Chairman General brain susumasi. E ka kitu ebi nka Chairman General je adwuma no ho. In fact, Chairman General J. Dumano wo kra wie. Ene ye boss ne ne ko kasa ya na chese. Ono asan bae. Chairman General J. Dumano na hom te se sabio abranti a wa bone brase. Na behwe na mranti nkumani nuanom keto a wo mo ogru mu no. Na mo de politics nti. Mo de Chairman General nim be ye fom. Adidi na tem. Adidi na tem. Ti se na anu hu se yi kitchen blog yi o kiken bi che obi. Ena obi de chese obi. Asempa brantie we me wo ho no ba obeto me wa asempa multimedia obi ye ka mema o ye decent obi ka ho very decent young man and so kitchen blogger because on to me ndrunity na so be did na tem ebi na Sami Jemfi entu be ka sese yi Chairman General de na enkom na o hye nkom na o de ato Sami Jemfi ene enne be se 2 weeks ni Sami Jemfi ye PR sa to PR no mfa why PR say chinchimia or person kase GOLDBOD making losses and so in fact because the facts of the matter is GOLDBOD made losses. It is Sami Jemfi call merry go round. I was afraid you aja too. What call merry go round there? Afraid you also no aja too say GOLDBOD no making losses. But afraid you bet them. Someone say oh be can say na do aban hwan no. Afraid you on say so it's sad. It is sad. Ya we champo see if you block block a branch you see back with jima bi me block no. Odidi atemo ho. O de minya time me block no da o de man ko. Ube criticize na odidi atem there. It's welcome them patch criticize and there no problem there. What you ask? It's not a big deal. Enti jima o de person o criticize don't worry. O de just but ube say o did the attempt there and patcho even the facts of the case will expose you. Because we did the attempt. Me, I insist say you wait a PR and Sami Jemfi a PR or ye PR but once they say no public relations now one I feel no idea to say indeed a friend saying GOLDBOD because you see concern boy hina it really say I see company making losses are any crime. See I see company making losses are any crime. Say bank for cry a bank. So we close your books for the day. They make losses. And bank biakra they make accommodation for losses because I said the wakoto emono. What the more banks bear 6 kojaswa. O shano olonka ompono na olonka ba ko ashoti. Sane humanity. Into company bia obe make the problem that comes with the losses. In the case of Sami Jemfi, it is when the losses near a dorsal. That is when it's a problem. It's an alarming because I know any normal loss. But you make way from 1 minus 1 losses. It is normal. It counts with the job plus 1 minus 1 losses. It's an accountant for cry account. All things be equal because someone say in every issue be and all things will not be equal. So we had money Kumasi. Movie the back. All things will not be equal because Accra is not the same place as Kumasi. Indeed, the facts and management assessment, there will be 1 or 2 minus 1 plus 1 losses. It's normal with any job. But when the losses become extreme, when the losses become a big loss, that is when it's a problem. It's in a GOLDBOD for the have a problem. No? And the way I know what they do almost section and your problem. Chinchina GOLDBOD making loss. That's why I didn't understand. It making loss the same. And I like it says see I know the affair or more to say GOLDBOD indeed made a loss. GOLDBOD indeed made a loss, and that is what Sami Jemfi is explaining. Into more amona full soldiers amono someone doing a war for most and so one more propaganda BIA. Sami Jemfi no crampo expose you people say you can't do propaganda with everything. Indeed, there has been a loss. Indeed, there has been a loss. So no, a loss, a Ghana for in a loss. Said the NDC for can ye gold board. Gold no ye to no NDC for gold. And a gold board, no NDC for gold board, a Ghana for in a gold board. So one on all they cast a more beyond comment about gold board because it's an ignorant mouth. It's an ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant lips. And the Lord does not lie in your ignorant mouth. Because Ghana is the same taxpayers' money and found your free Kumasi and found your free Accra, the free Savulugu. Ghana is a whole taxpayers' money. And yet they build the Bank of Ghana. And Bank of Ghana is answerable to the people of Ghana. Forget Yawano. So one goes here now for peso bestia now peso with your propaganda now by me, I'll ignore you. Because this is not about propaganda, this is about education. We need to give people media for the no. And that is why I yes NDC by media for criticizing. We are the critics of every government. Now then you find nanado. Missing me nanado besin nanado a jam your name in Casa. Besin ne on my penny is excellency nanado don't go for former president. On name in fine. Because I criticize him profusely. Why does NDC feel a sense of entitlement? This is the problem I have. Sense of entitlement. Say, yeah, the NDC about Mobian criticizing. It's journalists for cry. A good for the time no mubuta critical question. MFA we are fan on your man and then gold hub, petroleum hub, Yamani PRO, corporate affairs manager, uncle ye. No more by no more propaganda. No. Pakosi near fan of Bank of Ghana, or more no more PR no. Why near fan of Miami Bremonakwa, Atofos and Fan, Ministry of Finance. Into journalists who used to ask critical questions. This is part of the culture of silence. No? Culture of silence now NDC for embarking on. And mind you, don't come and tell me any cock and bull comments. Say if you're the one complaining about culture of silence, UTV critical issues make time. You say your culture of silence. I said it. Don't come in. You see, you cannot use anything against me for equalization purposes. In fact, you can be culture of silence. And 1 year san can in it. Munya study NDC. Enti Samije if you say one kasa wo ajia to mu say one kasa wo ajia to mu say there have been losses. The answer to the people of Ghana how the losses came about and whether the losses are justified or not. A mandate we need to know. It is our right as citizens of Ghana to know. Yes, you better file it RTR, Right to Information Act. You better file it. Say the NDC propaganda. Say you galam say no crap background. NDC 1% kofobe who say insurance need and I say need. It's Joy FM for or letter the command. Ghana Water Force. You see what the stability of the water is. Ghana Water Force. They say can you imagine? The same government or accuse you Kufuado so your culture of silence. That government now is vimshiously preventing media people from getting information. The same government vimshiously is preventing the media from getting information. Into why NDC I told you more. This is what Dr. Amoakohene Ashanti Regional Minister post. You see the same GOLDBOD that you said is the brainchild of Dr. Baumia. Why don't you blame him if you think they have made losses? And I was tempted to post this on Facebook and say Ashanti Regional Minister, don't disgrace us. Otum for about America and Meguya Nimasi, Ashanti Regional Minister. And we Nimasi, idea where would Guya Nimasi. Comment where I'll post you on Facebook, would you Guya Nimasi, Ashanti Regional Minister? You are disgracing us. Granted, say we a doctor to nim accounting. But me doctor, me accounting. But me cry ma drink coins e kakra no cry chere me say simple mathematics and simple corporate governance in say the facts will be a tech company and it doesn't mean that losses is bad. We cannot question it. And I say we have to blame the person who formed the company because as no management of a company and as soon the founders of a company. Simple basic analogy. Ashanti Regional Minister, we basic. When we hear law school, basic. Say a setting up any institution. Ain't President Kufuor setting up NHIA no. Say NHIA make losses. I ain't go to President Kufuor and Ashanti Regional Minister we. Me see member Gui and Massey. Dr. Amoakohene. And we and Massey. We will Gui and Massey. Delete post we nyase ye nugase na Gui no. Sabi Asante man ye adwumudo. Inti ye say kitchen blogger na ye raw from Bacho. Kodility because this one you don't need any AB cross and a tone in man or can one tell one won't blow. He had a big but tell one will blow. Ashanti with them is a men good and massive. Why are you posting this? Because the fact says a gold board can set it up. It doesn't, there's no correlation between whoever set up the gold board and the losses. Because losses is purely about management. So we manage a company. Whether the company makes a loss or not, it's purely about management and the management decisions that would have led to the losses or otherwise. It has nothing to do with being a company, no. Because yes, despite the two will be companies be brave, you need fufu, special ice, near there, any UTV near there. Inti despite neti company boka yeko busa despite that because despite a human running onim hore father na running inti losses ba it is the management of despite media any despite companies no money eboka ko busa yeko busa despite he ono what company na wie but he has a board and the board will appoint a managing director and a general manager to manage the company. The general manager is answerable to the board because the board is the one that manages. It is a gold board managing gold. That's a gold 9 year. Why are we going to blame Baumia? There's no correlation. Dr. Amoakohene, Jai politics ne propaganda now here on social media no. Some of the things I have busemu ansa no munchira Mr. Wa wadaroma. Wo de owo ya mebra akuma inti Mr. Wadaroma. Asante man koso nti ya Mr. Oni ma bi se impostu na nkofo be attack we kan ye nyina Mr. Wada ye de ne say ye de no nti ye be protect at all costs comedian me kwa de mo personal interest we say ye manage you here that chi bi na wo na presidential otima say eti tobu ko posi we na anye den. There is no correlation between whoever set up a business and the losses the business makes unless Baumia na te ya nanka ne Baumia na da ho manager then you can question Baumia. Baumia is not managing a gold board. It is a losses here, but why should you go and ask Baumia? Meanwhile, gold board Neduma is buying and selling of gold. Metiaya na mebe catch say Bank of Ghana cry Baumia mo time amuye gold deposit ma Bank of Ghana. We had gold deposits as of time about Baumia mo konia were 38 tons of gold. Baumia mo koye na a Bank of Ghana we any gold board for akoton 19 tons. And they made a loss of 1.4 billion. 1.4 billion. First tranche, you know. It's gold. If we made the loss, it has nothing to do with that. Baumia the gold for oil on the buy, or no cash any gold for deposits. No, Bank of Ghana. There's no correlation because the decision to sell the gold, you know, has nothing to do with Baumia. The decision to register gold buyers has nothing to do with Baumia. It's Ashanti with them is you want tell one I won't blow. I am many of them. Men nguye ni mas Mr. Wada. What you say, Santiman Koso, no one can future presidential ambition. Me, I make what we presidential ambition. Me, my presidential ambition. Because we a smart guy, but men could post you near my say. And the good when you say, basic way, basic. This is very basic. Way a basic. Now listen to what Dr. Eka about, and yeah, Dr. Amoakohene, but these are the experts in gold explaining about gold issue. No, listen.
So let's do that. Let me ask you straightforward then. If you did the cost benefit analysis, where would you put where would you stand? Would you stand more towards it's too costly, or the benefits outweigh the cost?
Well, my position after examining the data, and Evans, this is not a new position. I've been talking about this way back last year. That if you look at the losses we are talking about here, huge. They were design defects of the program. Okay. Let me put it that way. They were design defects because I'm sure that if with better planning and then expert input about the whole design, looking at the value chain approach, I am sure that we could have minimized these losses and vis-a-vis the benefit that we are getting. Okay, so in terms of the benefits, if we talk about macroeconomic stability, that is not the job of gold board. Macroeconomic stability comes from essentially fiscal and monetary, which is Bank of Ghana and all of that. So we cannot say that when it comes to macroeconomic stability, which essentially is the work of Bank of Ghana, and then the fiscal side, Ministry of Finance, gold board can take that benefit. And then when it comes to the cost, which the losses which sit in the books of Bank of Ghana, we have nothing to say or do about that. I think it's one country, it's one economy we are looking at and all of that. So my position is that, yes, I recognize the impact of GOLDBOD and I celebrate the progress that they have made in terms of crowding in gold-related effects, which ordinarily would have been smuggled, would have lost the effects and all of that. But then again, if you look at the losses, okay, in here, again, that brings the question of whether we fully anticipated these losses from the beginning. And the reason I'm saying so is because of the posture of GOLDBOD and Bank of Ghana when actually in 2025, December 2025, the IMF published that the domestic gold purchase program had recorded losses of about 214 million.
It's 214 million and I lose
dollars. It was denied and all of that. So now we are talking about 22 billion Ghana cedis or 1.7 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, Evans, let me put this across, that if you adopt a holistic approach and look at the whole intervention we put in place, the losses actually exceed the 1.7 billion dollars we are talking about here.
You mean even more than the 22 billion cedis equivalent?
Yes, because in addition to all these fees and charges, exchange rate related and the rest of them, government also abolished the 1.5% withholding tax that our small scale artisanal holders should have paid. Is that okay? So that is also a fiscal loss that we had to give up in order to crowd them in. So you have all these losses sitting on the books of Bank of Ghana. Is that okay? In addition to that, we had to abolish the 1.5%. So if you look at the total gold exports from artisanal small-scale miners, which is more than $10 billion, is that okay? And you want to do the analysis in terms of the fiscal losses, which could have gone to our revenue envelope, probably to fund roads, schools, and infrastructure. We have to give up that one also. So, all in the name of trying to make sure that we are able to crowd in the FX related. So the losses, if you look at it, you adopt a value chain approach, and Charlie, you will see that the losses actually go beyond the 22 billion that we are talking about.
You see what we are talking about? Yaboka more than government wants us to believe. And this is why some of these things, no, the propaganda, and this is why we are NDC, this is why you have no right to tell somebody to shut up about GOLDBOD issue, no? Because this is Ghana issue. It's a serious issue. Yeah, two gold war Ghana had over 100 years and we are not making anything. And now Professor Bopping, say a kaya bono is beyond 22 billion Ghana cedis. A bro 22 billion Ghana cedis. What the bad dollar more? A bro $1.4 million. A bro. Inti yen should be. And this is purely a management issue. But Dr. Bopping, Eddie knew a yibiba muse. We should design of the concept now. Losses need be so free design. What dear? Okay, so blame Dr. Baumia. It is reasonable. It is reasonable because omo design it because I mean from one better design. No, they came to me the design, but in terms of say ye taxes no na small scale miners na komo cotton gold na ma GOLDBOD for no and also much tax ema government and no abaye you no you purely NDC asem and also a part of the losses na ma losses no ekosoro no. What you say? And Bank of Ghana for also the gold na 38 tons na ye jama or na Dr. Baumia mu jama omo cotton. Yeah, that is also purely this Bank of Ghana issue. So that one you have to situate it. It's one very academic or very intellectual about the issue. Now we see who the BBA propaganda, who the BBA attempt you will lose it because at the end of the day we see lost way and yes Sami Jefi na lose you. Sami Jefi sika ni pay asami jefi be job beje de pepepe ni de odebetu kwan business class we betu kwan akochele ni ade nyina obeje pepepe Disgracing bi wo mkra asami jefi fata obesan je ne pepepe eye yen Ghana for ni ye lose. This loss is our loss. Yen Ghana for ni ye lose, not sami jefi. This loss because Bank of Ghana loss is the loss of the people of Ghana. Ye be pie gu ye nyina yeso. You see, and this is where so when NDC says that they want to fight Galamsey, they are not fighting Galamsey. Because in this, some person fighting Galamsey, so tax component, small scale miners, or want to go name your number to a gold border. To your tax 1% my government, what year for? Do you want to stop Galamsey? That's some person best stop Galamsey, no. So no one that NDC by a Galamsey and I said to astronomical level, a cost more. Because you don't want to stop the Galamsey. For tax kakra to so na no mponye disincentive say mo amuko tunu kra say the NDC and you see NDC and kasa the campaign so obe regularize go Galamsey no and nobody is lying about it. He said NDC to me stop Galamsey no, they are not lying, they did not lie, they said that omo regularize. In fact omo cry jelly because of Galamsey and they don't release them. They said it, which is why I am one person this to be that's another thing. Come my catch as a chama to be the me be defended any day anytime. But I'm saying say NDC and Kasa Crackers so more them that because of Galamsey because they will release them and they will overturn their conviction and they will buy refuse. It will talk gold in a film for her. That's also all to gold. That's a tax 1% nepe. Youth employment and they do 30%. Between NDC for 2024, you need 2026 youth unemployment increasing by 30%. Increasing up to 30% according to IMF no World Bank now. And how the 1% in the crowd and how be creative jobs craft for boys. Debbie. And this is the law. So Abayan cannot propaganda this loss away. You cannot do propaganda. You cannot, you see, and I mean, use a crooked English grammar. No say you cannot propaganda the losses away. You cannot propaganda the facts away. You cannot. And you be behind the propaganda here, no. And I am a say Ghana comes when any break. I mean, sometimes would have CSOs are not common. Ye nim say Ghana for Craniano ye bekasa. Yanun Drew Joma, civil society groups, Munankamo, I know I would make Ghana for, and then the CSOs in there defended. Look at what me and my boss a year first, Dr. Mantia can see GOLDBOD had to pay more to beat the Indians and the Chinese in Ghana gold market. Into a lost number. Can you imagine? Dr. Mantia, wow, same way, okay. How can we justify this, Dr. Mantia? Or see GOLDBOD for more compete market. Inti said the India for the China for the to gold. It's almost almost to gold. Into omukwa market forces now. The India for the China for no omu interest in the gold price and cost into GOLDBOD kota no matter na body. Dr. Mantia, why are you people doing this? CSO sa monanka mube critique, monanka mube check Bank of Ghana, monanka mube check a bank so that a bank go overboard. You see, unfettered power, and me teacher be or administrative law bekan. Or see, unfettered power, power be any checks and balances. Power be a to mean control, and yet a broso. And it's a old Dr. Mantia who to me bekan same way, and not just say it's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate, Dr. Mantia. So you are justifying this. There's no justification for the losses. In any case, if there are any loss, let GOLDBOD for the Bank of Ghana for come and answer to the people. Let GOLDBOD the Bank of Ghana for come and answer to the people of Ghana on whose behalf they are exercising the power that they have. You see, what they tear their Professor Bopping can in Cheche more the my any dear Dr. Mantia Amoakohene say, Ayama Mosemo can we? Ayama Mosemo can same way, Anna. Then let's look at this. A project Kofodia Hospital. Apparently, this is a project here. I mind that I know fourth estate for a report is we say a dino has been abandoned. Kofodia is supposed to be a regional teaching hospital. Kofodia has been abandoned. NDC by 2 years. Abandoned. Into yesterday NDC. Munko back na munko ye we my why. Na Kofodia for sunyebia. Sometimes people always say, oh, MPP for anyada no more. Yes, they could have finished it. But Ghana, ne you be a Ghana. Said the President Kufuor by NHIS or at most never twice. What you say? President Kufuor a single spine salary structure by at most they be implemented here. Governance here continuous. Until the same way where America say Trump is in a Joe Biden we are then a Joe Biden and so system in here the system has to continue. Said the Kufuor there forced to your taxes be. Ain't it and yes say be another Kufuor don't want him to because what is because Kufuor there for now punish you mono. This is a regional teaching hospital. I was say a block of for and it's a much taxes, not taxes in to go government consolidated account to my idea, human part or buying Konako mom. Why? This is a project, a regional hospital, MPP for the start Okofodua. Omo and Omoko NDC by 2 years, Oma abandoned, and Fourth Estate is reporting it say Oma abandoned yesterday. More government Munkona Munkotuaso. Na Kofodia for Sunya Hospital, Ebebo, Kofodia for nye a yifwa, Omo Beka Sebia Bibiaba, or Quabroche, more NDC for ne, MPP for Moon Penny for na Semsi, Amona Mutumitu, play Nama Quabroche, where Momunis come with the Quabroche. They are ordinary Ghanaians, but they also deserve hospital. They also deserve hospital. ATSM, Monkoye, Namoma, Omosunya, hospital, Obi Yari, Yafe, and Nana Obeko, a year friend a Obeko, a Akoshan Hoyari, no Biana Wosika, or the Bequa Bruce, a Biane, Dr. Amoakohene. Dr. Amoakohene got a recall was so called Bruce, and Kofodia outdoor saying, and Kofodia for do send a bit of Bruce. What I say? Dr. Amoakohene or Abemu, intinated call no, pat no, didn't qua Bruce, pat no, didn't qua Bruce call way. What I say? Now, Nipa do sign. Kofodia no bet me to a Bruce, a Sicade or Moma, and a year no more qua Bruce or Monco. NTS government of Ghana said we have any President Mahama by and no Dr. Amoakohene and Mutum or say Ashanti region say na project Wohoya he or say 53 or say NDC are by President Mahama catch from so Munko yes our project in as well. Dr. Amoakohene now TikTok what they be no bash a year friends and MPP for no or no Dr. Amoakohene no Mutum say MPP for project or Moya no Ashanti region 53. Now, President Mahama catch almost say, Omunko Wieni and son or starting new project. I say, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Tell her Dr. Amoakohene why yadi so can no cre. Otia so yadi so can no cresano. Otia, I know such as say, Moamu acrolis politics and yet to be a politics in Tibu to make it come opponent yasem, ya any samoka. So Nenti mame from unko a year first galam say yeah Sami Jefumu GOLDBOD yeah because see most of the people now Sami Jefumu to gold the free or more they galam say for yeah they don't admit it there. We are normal can say small scale miners but fire galam say for but here a chief of staff as someone can say let's fight galam say a poison water does not see how or who a community voted for, and I agree with Era Julius Debra say see a say Insuo no nim say NDC insuo ni and MPP insuo na say so what I say entiera Julius Debra krase yenye back in fact ono asan katwa so asem we mu okoye interview no asan kan bio say so be criticize about yema no kwan and I'm saying tia na kitchen bloggers ni omumini telita bisi fu so je say allo IQ fo tia mumu penny for kasa muti mum penny for no kra tumu fo say nkrofo criticize about it is part of democracy munya omumo criticize it. And so, Modia Obi Galam say, I say, nay, Oma for mini Teletubbies, mediatem. The same mini Teletubbies NDC time, MPP for time, a good for the time. Almost your 2-4 can or Moya Galam say, Unco blame me for or change the crowd, bobo, no more dinner tem. Suddenly, NDC by Ed or my D. In fact, this week, Krobi so, Omaka Kochi, Omu continue so the crew, almost your can or Galam say, boys, area boys, Nakasa Cochino. Mote one of my first, Moya must go 2-4 and no 2-4 fan and tumbina go galam said. I don't know the Monko Castle 2-4 because Munsia law not to understand that it has nothing to do with the 2-4 chiefs and you saw 2-4 or he be anyone magalam say obey me and stop it because license near the money and man in crime law no menas act and say a minister no and I am money to me to issue my licenses. I have from it will need license no Accra no the Akwa district. Emrano regulation is just so the district one man, no abehun district assembly. Then as part of courtesy, no abehun. But there is the Ohene does not issue license. It is the minister sitting in Accra with concurrence from Ministry Minerals Commission. No issue license. Constitution. Go and read the Minerals Act. It's clear. Pamu sheda ye propaganda mpose mukani ye de brandi otu for because Ashanti region ye tu galamsey no more. Meanwhile ye tu galamsey western region, western north, ahafu ye tu eastern region ye tu north for cry ye tu galamsey. Ade na monko fra him for no. Ba na make do any sande osun takra chenti. Say otu for na osun takra chenti no. Ye mfa 10 when ye fa nya na mo ye say emfa o emfa me say de Nyankopon ehira no no mo ye na hwe ye nye ye. And I know 2-4 call Canada or Koyechemono. Canada cry say, oh, my Gina to whom. Now, one out here, my obey day. What to mean, every? What to mean, every? and I want to mean hearing Galamsey no to the say the chief of staff akano. We will all join forces. We will never stop talking about Galamsey. Ye nyina ya asase so ne ye no Ghana ye nyina ya asase. Enti ye Galamsey won kran ye Galamsey wo Slemo ye Galamsey wo Asante ye Galamsey wo Achim and Western region ye Ghana fo nyina asa. We will continue to scream about Galamsey until some bejai. Pressure ne ye de Akufo-Addo no will go give you the same plus double. Ghana ne obi amai. Nti yebeka said ye ba o man ne be ye no man afa no tuma pefra smart ya say ye be samba ayi so say ba omia so o board ye be ba omia issue no so party for no ba ma me ko tumfo ayi no ho na ayi opem so onim say ayi de this week eniema bebre ho no ma MPP primary so kosoro enye primary support they elected them so koka na wini Ashanti region ne ade they are electing new executives nti yem say chema would be the onye bio and Tiabasamba and also briefly, but Mammy Fanko opem so na or bano American. This is a very beautiful year. Said you 2 4 D anymore or ton asantimine or brandy asantimine or pushy asantimine coswana or pesa asantimania and coenimuni at the effort, and it's worthy of support. And a year winning so 2 4 ye I have for Kenina yebi. Togbe afe de kofa Southern Assembly power plant yetiana togbe afe de kofa bae in fact power plant nisi tema boom I and also produce kani ani bi ama Ghana is beautiful when I have because you see long before your politicians so etina I am ya say when omo allow kitchen bloggers in ade omo man kofo kwan ma politics into one person be go hini bi anim ase na ya me ya because long before ya first politicians they are him for no control Ghana ya him for no authority omo na Ghana ni monyam kuto omo na omo chichire Ghana omo na omo ne British for ni deali omo na omo tumi tia Britain for no they were the custodians of the law the traditions and the rules ya hemfo etenisi ya to ohini biase na ya politicians na bronti omo pese omo bra hemfo ni tumi ni omo tu me see dey bia me kasa politicians omo jealous ahemfo no into omo ya to diminish the value of ahemfo no said ya ba ya ahemfo ni tumi a na just omo de omanya then e tumi ye constitution ti yentia esgracia emma ye friends saying politicians by yentia esgracia ma ahemfo because they know say the more be ma ahemfo na ye poor no because gold ya jefia ahemfo nsem say nationalize diamond ya jefia ahemfo nsem timber ya jefia ahemfo anwea kra ukotu aje so okoje oyi aban ho ohini bi onyinya just it's sad ya je bia law even rule of law court system no kra first no British for to need it your native court na ya hemfo ahemfie court no ni nyina kra ya je na ya de ama judges say the be ahemfo ni to me bia na abestre nti no bo hu say politician be ko ba bi na obi gina say ahene say na opeka o politician na ya ahemfo no say but asantima de empare yen ye eba ne say wo say yen nyina ye contribution kra ne di pega asantima ya awuade Allah $1,000 ekro bia betua ye ne ye die yi ama na ye wo so de ye sa na Ghana te wo bia nchichire ne de se nkrafo ye kpokpo ye nkrafo som no mo support ni gan enya na ayefe ye wo de ye na me say asanteman de ba na ye say asanteman ye gold ni nyina asan bibia royalties aban so ontua hwe maye ontua hwe ne ye say asantene bia atua $1,000 ye fanye si ye betua ye say ye be ye de amana ya akono no ye be ye amana ya akono emfa ho wonti ase no de wo wa wo de because sa na ye o chehene sa na ye biako ye de sa na ye wasade sa na ye ahantade a nkene ohini biako a o de vim na nant because onim say ne manfo susum eta na chi it is the people that make any leader ohini o de ye the people enti any America na chimfo hwan o ye nyina to me na madafo pa ne togbi gabusu na madam for fact o shia me papa ne se o me ye ne yire ketwa na madam for pa no enti me hwese ne manfo no supporting na hini na ye me fekeke so ho sa na togbi chiri betina so sa na me ko anwo ko ye report man so many times ne manfo no were so much in support of his kingdom and efe ye nya ne sa enti e beba back to ba omiam de ne ma me ko ye friend saying otumfo mo ho no ne ye hwe empadifo no enhihye a o ma ye a o mo de ba GOLDBOD no I'll come and give you the breakdown because apparently a loss is near 22 billion and we'll break it down into dollars. Dollars are $1.7 billion. Half of the money according to World Bank no and actually gusano. Ya she's carrying you me baho. Ye friends a year K and Casa. Na mi amini abema K was I your henny. Ke unkonya de ne de sen.
Yo mama da mpacho me ba focus amachi bare ankobia hene.
Amache bare and Kobe ahene bafo kese. And then you papa so preoccupé because I only papa so the bafo.
Ba for minim pa. So
You
pa the
know.
ba for pa.
Like we am papa and you say me wakonya de no kwa me ntumi mbɔ no resa. Owo me sa na mefrɛ wo. Ko we am papa ba preoccupé. Nye di ketwa. Bafo so de ye di nkese pa anti de to a ne asam wo adwuma. So ni ye na bafo akoto.
Bafo akoto. No cry.
Well, creative history men ne akola keto bi obekɔ law school bi a opompo besua no. Ubesua papa no nti no enye yi keto a nana msrawa no waso camera na me say no dumie nti nana opemso otumfo na say to ababi o yi club asante kotoko obayi yeso oba America abedi akosi dey na wasamba university kese ba ko America friend Bowie State University and so I state no so university mpacho ho enhyehyɛ te say
Yo, mami dedi kan wada Roma. Mami enchia watiefo nyina. Em se agro de udi ya che. Na nipa ejano so de na senso de akom na tie so em se ohene ba ne em se chame be hire bi na afi asan so apetin bi agu so ama. They say akom na tie so stop credit stop it.
Stop
that. They say em se hire na em se ura bana. Ya he na ni achame ya na afi bi asa apetin ho aka ho. Tinu anti. Echa obia da senso so sabe wo de o man Ghana ne do akoma so anu asante sem so obia nim onfa ni agro nti eno so ya se dey kan na ma chia watiefo ne omo amu achinchi ni benche nyina na akonya wo de amayen se sante hene ba wo bai no o platform na so hyepa nke ye metwentwa mu ha nim se akoye ade ne se be chia mi nti no ana ame ye kwan se mewurem kakra na afi ni ho nkomo se do din ka kan nyame adoma August 30th them say bosumi omi ande to so aduasa na eba na wie no da kwasia da na se kwasare di anim ye ne na awatwe ana yewura se de onim no ya na odwene ye nyina ye ho ba bi obia no odwene ye ho ana se de yewura adwene ye ya North America ho no se da bi ya na me Ghana me hia na mti a ade na madi adi nti obeso no so ba na da Roma wadwene ye ho no ne ebedi akwaside kase no ewa ha na said ye wonim emu hyehyɛ no sɛ be yewure ba utim sɛ ade emu oduru anya asɛm keto akra nti ɛno na agya o papa uni abema ye bɔ ho de wura sɛ enye asante asɛm sɛ be ebru ɛyɛ Ghana asɛm Ghana ni ba bia North America bia ba bia o hye bia Oklahoma California Chicago ye so a ye de so yi yade saa nso ne ye ka ne sɛ otumfo ebe sɛ nya yade asɛm nko ade a ɛsɛ pani na fa behwe ade na behwe tradition customs at bet ɛno ɛne ade a ye be yi bi di a kyerɛ minim sɛ ade de wa cover ade bebre ho ade de ekoso nyina ne ade na ye wura adwene ye ho no oba de a we have no reason to stay home than to come and witness tradition at best
ɛyɛ pa sɛ ne ɔka na Ghana ɛna wo ton esanso wo ye ne sa na ama ahoho so a ennim Ghana asɛm na me ka sɛ me ba America kakra ya wo hia obi akane no na ka metu kwan a wo hia obi sɛ Ghana se Guyana eso ne wo ka Ghana no a ɔno kra na ɛkyerɛ wo Ghana ase sɛ o minim jollof o me maba Ghana krada na no me hia abrantie bi be 27 where was me se me ye yi wi a me also no treasure so se wo wi ya wo kɔ Ghana adan ya o se minim se me free Ghana nti ma twehwe mu amadamfo bi akɔ aba nso aka Ghana asɛm akyerɛ nti mpɛsɛ me kɔ ana wo se ye wo me kwasi ada nti me din de sɛ me so kwasi na ni agya ma ndi the whole case o tufo wo de ton Ghana so aka ho nti tourism na no promote me boa
and I'm said your cancer pepe yewura on say o movie question obi bisa me na no say na is it only going to be about the consider na yewura say be o movie a ewo economic implications ne factors be brewum ebi na wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu sese adwuma na wa yiri nyina wie no na say be on say mention asɛm no ye limitations ana ye wo de research ma no a metimi ka ho asɛm ana de me mentumi enka ho asɛm but say de wo kan no na sa pepe yewura say be odwene santeman ho na Ghana dadwene so abɛyɛ na asɛm waye bebre waye pi and the politicians ya na wo ka udije gu omuso aka ho asɛm nyina omo anu mutom aka bi and the pass ante hene na ase tutu oba ye bedi ade yi what junior sentiment, what junior Ghana, education fund the buy, mammy said be blue, one fan sentiment, a cocoa, a big bono, a big slim sabi, and cramemu central beer and a chefa. Hedano baby as Antony school or on a secondary school or koi, a you are safe way, had a fair farmer, Santana Koye. So, I need some, and the wood church, the Munina said. Ya manyo sem no na ho de me ma ho na nya ntini asoma me na nti se be yewre ba na yes se Ghana ni ba bia and abrofi ni se be yenu am African American they are all asking us obisa akoside bi okwa find it very difficult to even explain to them what really the akoside is no eso kinkan mu an o kan e man for say dey for so ya okra kan bi say yen kinkan o kinkan aha tie na ya kinkan bi antia se na afa no bi ya bisa o mu ya church African Americans abroad from near church room and mommy was a Bowie state as I'm told there is over 4,000 capacity na and the numbers are ebano I'm a dos on a bros ni nyina say something na eba
they no be so Bowie State University hono
yes e be so Bowie State University yes, Yasam Ketuakra. And at the end, you can't feel on crying and say, the county, the county, no, heavily involved. And they many information is, I think, the governor of Maryland, I think, Westmore. On also a badge media, the governor will be there, and I feel the county officials, no, or more crap, or Instagram page. They are 200 promoted their consider and say, you know, friends of Ghana and will be also maybe the king is coming to town the 30th of August.
Into I consider any chumwa, the media for Frobi or Hodoma, also because one and I consider no one.
Then you
media move a title Cassia Pair womo.
Honey, I dare no, and numerous will give us who say, there be OVR. Also, in an ammonia, ya trust and I can't answer no cacra. Na yeshadi no super container, so you may dear honum na what. Say you're right, Sabi Ocean is scheduled for the whole year, pan also about what dinner home. Now, Oba was minimum dear, then I made in Shrab, what a demonina and Medina Amamo. We say Obasi as and you're the way in also Sabi Bruchami and Itia. Now, so I called you in Shra. Miss Marco Jimmy, and their boy.
And
so we are, or see him,
school no host ye, and a host ye around.
The Akobanian say, Ecoban is ano. Yura Abajoko, Erati Abajoko, our one is a Amoakohene. Abra Nkomodiani bar so san wieno. Never see a pebea, Yabeno, the Edika ho. Yet Abajoko, Mbeshet, Mamreni, Amani, Ubian, Jumedia Odi. Sebi Bru, Nesasa Amoakohene, chairman of the committee at Tiso Munshe, the Jumedia wing in Amraso. And the decision also came, Sebecoso, DC metro area, Honomo. Secoban is idea, or say, Pebby, bet me a containing Yenina. If I don't do ever. Bowie State is so sabi Bromania, bro. Omsis or Heneba town, there, and Yamra, near the Jumedia, so my idea, and also my idea, Mammy, I was it, Mboma Baswa, almost so, but I feel too for a chairman dance, in Kabum chairman dance, on also committee, no, and I feel a year Professor Dia, on also Eka committee, no, Hubia, and I feel Ambassador Kumsin, also Casa committee, Sabi Broom and Shaso Monshe. Almost what Chimunina, it was statistics committee or Mammy, if you're some Ketuakra, a Muslim now can say, say, all the also be as well, and you cry, you say, Sabi, who's a cast of a tent, and never help the Ecoso, Ubia, the Nidia, Baubia, the Nidia, Bancroft, Pamukente, Fatia Fatancroma, a beer Pamo, just too much people are ready to see the king. Say you read, but only a bit they can see.
Oh, me, I don't say Jaw came so. One were a Juma Abepim. One my tongue containing any Juma, and they crack it, me shake and different a crossing a pombre. Oh, it's a Juma swapper. It's and Pedro, a bit pia, your mamrani, a money, a manacono. Ne bie nyuma so mamranti ne maba wa omunya adwuma nya na omunyina so nya bia ye ene na bo ma Ghana nyina so nkoso no so ebi so no any say beba obi aso botomu so ene omo pam ntade one pam even t-shirt kra ma hu say ranti ne maba wa akoye na ebe kra na mpese me shirt media ba ko bia ayi mi nua bi o kuma se Sena creation no ye
Sena creations right
Sena ono na opimso de na no fra bi kra me shirt tuntum bia opimso da mu wa so
this way manya back na fatuma mi share me ya mabeji why
Mo
abomodia na mo ba
give you Masia bro, Mama ya bro. Why?
Matia, I'm not for sure with you na asida na ebibio na besade amount. That's a huge platform, and when I was told say uni aba be feel na akoye ni gisem nti se bi ebra asida na ebe koso di amount na yasre nyampa so di amount wo say boko sa na eja yemfa nko na me obi a otie bia ne say the king is coming to town ye reba August 30 oyi hu free manye yi I say so aye no ye so na yi yade nko a ebe enkola no so ebetimi bia be na vendors nyina wo hono mo aduane vendors drinks ne ade ti security arrangement bibia ye kama so if you hono mpe se be yemfa bibia enye ne kwa so mfa sa afie ho enti bibia na committee members obia ye na adwuma se de se ne fata we me no ka se kura se be o ha me di pa so esumbe mu pebabi a ohye bia you have to report na ja mba betima ha na me ba na me sum tie nyina yenkosom eno na be kura ya na me di ka baabi a ye bo ho ne se ma me yenkyire mu se enya asantefo na ye refre wo mo
E Ghana fo
bia the bia wo bia ono ye friend of Ghana abrofu ye kyerɛkyerɛ mu na se me gya adwuma ba ko bia me kona era t-shirt bi hye me ana ne picture dem say me so ma yira gate na me for my afi abrante bibia o se ono se o ye Ghana ni o se friend kodua ana o se na ho Ghana ni ho na me so de o se ye t-shirt na hye we afi na awosene asa agume ana me se na wo bedi ade o se bra me pese me beso na minim emunse minim ba bia kaka na me se information e ho nyina ni wa fa me
na obi pebi na se de o kasa ya to ama obi aso ye Ghana ni nko ade a obetimi ababi bibie nso kwan wo DMV uni DMV wo New York kra na so we de obe drive aba obetimi aba bibia obetimi aba o so baby ohia ticket ana obe de aba esese number bi wo frɛ obi ana
ade de ma me ade ne de free obi amra bi ye be kai ye nananom se bi bu eniemu apam be ye digya ya ye so ya beto ye de akaka o mu afi ya je o hene so ne nsemu nhira obiara da o so nhira biara a o ga no from Canada for but even Europe for no quite to ayewa ano minipa bi o ese bi o Atlantic o men ko honum se Brixton o se dem minim so
Brixton
ono so atwa ne take it on any family eba e bi so land no mo ba nti akwasidani ye free sika bianim dina no ana se bi ebru se kwan cha de fa ne ye sika na ye de ye koye no de bedie de fe kra ne se unse ye wura se opekwa pa abranti obonyumi ye wura perenyo pa
any kinata
na met me confirm kwabna de na ma but I'll keep a surprise say Kenyatta de bia
beba ba kwabna de ye count se obeba me boa eja we ni nke ya ati akọ ho kwabna de no betimi a confirm se no de obeba article yeah be say yes our interview ba ko e be de ni bia kwesida no betimi aba ye Ghana ni nko ade because hosted by first Bowie State University Governor Westmore or Maryland because Bowie is Maryland asenti Maryland governor no eka ho na county executives nyina aka ho mu nyina pesade ya amamre a efe ye Ghana part of Ghana they all celebrate here enye hwe wo china na nkranfo so na ere tutu kente ni edim wo ti ase se gonja hene beba ni ya hye no me say me wo me picture ba ko me ndi ho agrokra me favorite picture frafrafo kente ene me aminu abema Michael Apabila ono ye frafre ni ono no me fact Michael papa afri mu ne papa pa na ekọ no fo a no akoye sa kente no abremi bi from frafra na odi to me see me friend ni kebi o ye mpapa ti mpapa no baafo na baafo wo se wo ye ni nua no ne maame ne papa enua penny okay yo nti o se o pare when you say we ase nyina you ase na say kokro wa o sedem say sedem me sedem he we na ya so for na ya almost say back to sender no sabe o maame kra will not be happy about message we obi a odwene adwemone ma obi a say fire burn them no na je say o adwene no onyene ade papa ati nti sesa wadwene ati ye nkwala say change your ways why emedidi obi ata don't wish evil ko odwene evil la beba wankasa wo so Christabel Johnson say please I need one I'm in Maryland Patrick Christabel so ohia ticket ni bi Patrick Christabel Patrick I don't know if you bet me send them on number me fan to Facebook but I don't know say ubeti me fa link bi to her me the link bi to her just inbox me with that link. No, so bet me about so I send them our number, then I'll find a way to get you some of what I say, Ne mano ja womu asase so ni na no o training like soldiers, 29 people. Genuine 100% that the fact that you are bidding for government contract, no, knowing how contracts are awarded in Ghana, Musa Dankwa, you cannot convince me say we are 100%. We are 100% genuine and your integrity is intact. Nah, embasso. And me and Kasamiana, my expose Musa Dankwa, we are reset now say, Atu Forcing is leading Julio Debra, and you're true. We are reset now say, Atu Forcing is leading a Sedun Ketia, and you're true. And there's no amount of polling, and what you have done will tend to become factual, and you're factual. May say, I'm using experience. Musa Dankwa go fire risk and go fire journalist for 50 years. The research and family what somebody has done. I'm talking about me, and I'm saying I don't agree with what you have done, and I disagree with what you are saying. I think I'm entitled to have my opinion. So I'm also entitled to have your opinion. What I say, don't worry. Daniel, Ankara say if you are design the design is not the same. Okay, or say Professor Boppin say a design defect. Normal losses need be a bar. It cannot be the same. A champion say they cannot stop the galamsey because GOLDBOD no is benefiting from them, and GOLDBOD also talk at the end be free. I do what thing Joseph say. I know you are trying to be honest, but we can't blame MPP due to the setup and accuse them say a profit because a setup create the profit by GOLDBOD. Now the losses, so-called losses are bad. Now they want to blame MPP and also Nadia and also the Abba and no. Okay. Dora Nate Asam baby Dora say please, NDC said in opposition that MPP created a Japadie. Is it not the same as GOLDBOD and the NDC for are benefiting from it? I feel the mobile a year first a different story. Opt 90 say NDC for the almost slogan here 133 Obiabe Didi and one sem ye a Didi na ekosono. Or see NDC for council Biabe Didi peche Didi na ekosono. Or see if that is why the kitchen blogger is out of town because he doesn't know the technical issues. So he doesn't know nothing. And the technical issues, not on TSS, losses where you would not be able to appreciate what happened. That's will be the problem we are facing now is the amount of money this government is pumping into the economy to stabilize the city. Something come on 5 Maka. Sika was 11 billion or down me check my 11 billion are buying a West here just to stabilize the city. I bring a bit me this 11 billion be. I see at least one factory. So our factory need creative jobs jobs now youth in the Benyane, but me the jobs need be taxi youth for a year first income tax and back to government. But I buy so the need destabilization. You see, sad. I bring you a message or there about a boss queen or see, but if you come and meet a design with challenges, what do? You look at it again and change it. Okay, so I'll say in response to design, that's I'm not American. So I'm passing a design defect. Quite NDC by is a problematic and also we change it. But you don't sit there and benefit from the design, then turn around to blame the design as a design defect, and our causing losses. And as I may you or say, please, we may have ignored the environmental cost and potential health cost of the future. Absolutely, in fact, and I mean, the same way, but I'll push it to Wednesday. The environmental cost of even the GOLDBOD. See, people are swift to a GOLDBOD in Jessica GOLDBOD. Are you serious? Do you see the damage GOLDBOD is causing? The facts here managing gold now more to see because now you are encouraging mining into a biakwa no bia mining. Into we are looking at Sika GOLDBOD the deba, but are we looking at the damage? Are we looking at the damage? Are we looking at the damage to the environment? As I say, you gold, your cocoa cry, your cocoa. Your cocoa, we are now doing cocoa at a major loss. President Kufuor cocoa production called 1.2 million metric tons. And then your cocoa, we struggle to even make 500 metric tons. Because of the gold. Now Ghana for the year, we are not thinking about the effect of the indiscriminate mining, Obiabe didi peche what it is doing to our cocoa. It is a gold in sustainable. Mind you, the gold it's not sustainable. In the next 100 years, there will be no more gold. There will be no more gold. And cocoa ya na bebo an go cocoa no for gold. Now ye ene uni mabrofo no, they are now, because of cyanide impact on even gold cocoa nitino. Now they are now empowering Brazil, Colombia to farm the cocoa no and omokoto ho. Ghana will lose our position. And I see people who are now touting, oh, for the first time now, Ghana gold production, we are number 6 in worldwide. Ghana has always been number 6. You do number 6, you could find the time number 6. Don't let anybody fool you. I don't know what kind of propaganda is this. And I blame the media. We allow people to do propaganda. You see, and the way one of the things I'm blaming NDC about is now NDC is promoting TikTokers over the proper journalism, because when him say TikTok are not there. On to me be challenging when the government is doing propaganda. TikTok are no on to me be challenging very a few because TikTok is you know one or matter cameras na ma omo on one or mama omo a platform no. And the TikTok and on to me be challenging is about the okay wrong. What you say about the okay wrong. About the same way they are accurate. About the same way they cannot be right there be. It cannot be right there be. In the government person force promoting TikTokers so that traditional journalists now you question or my no what they interview Evans Mensah and Professor Boppy will check you, will question you, there be a bimpe. Inti half of the journalists yempe juma mo munye opia, half of them no yempe bibi kakra man ko fondi no munye di na yema TikTokers nye juma ken the president to ko baby a TikTokers na di nechi and they report it. Me wanka GBC a national broadcaster na say di abayechi so ne TikTokers and di omochi the NMYO share America ni UK for na ye kosua democracy ni bi o hode betro ye constitution and ne Donald Trump to cry you bloggers ni ade ho, but you still find CNN, you still find BBC, you still find Fox News, you still find ABC, you still find MSNBC. Say UK Prime Minister Netuka, you still find ITV, you still find BBC, you still find other national broadcasters. Let us preserve our national broadcaster kakra. Ne enjoy se bibia propaganda nti. Ya pesi elevative TikTokers and bloggers over mainstream journalists. Because yempese omobe busa a question. Yempe journalists omobe busa a question. This is the propaganda I was talking about. Say, oh, Ghana rise to 6th largest cocoa producer. Pacho, Ghana was always at, in fact, I think as far back as 2023, Ghana was still, I didn't media program crowd. We are the 6th largest producer of gold. This is not the first time. And in any case, question now, branch about sending a message or kind of that we are ignoring the effect. Oh, to gold now the number 6. That's a one showing you say now to pure water now no man. Is this an achievement? Oh no, insufficient. Come call for. Oh no, cyanide water. Oh no, infected water where Ghana water catch us say to me pomode chlorine cry to me good insurance and to me drinkable. Now so what the number 6 is this an achievement? Is this an achievement? Although I'm telling you, say Ghana attaining 6 number 1 producer of gold no 4 or 5 years ago in Ghana was number 6. This is not the first time we are number 6. But look at the impact on your environment, the impact on you, the impact on your children. Say cyanide ni mercury ni ko nsuo ma 10 years and kola ye be wo mu nyina the effect kwa danse na kwa amanse na ko hwe the impact of galamsey on people, the number of people we have lost, the people who are dying because of this galamsey. Na yet ya pese ye brag say the number 6 without thinking about the effect. And ye ko nyina nkofo twa kwa etiwa na kwa abrim nkofo twa kokko ni gu and ye classroom cry ye galamsey in future agenda 111 hospital echi ye galamsey yet ya no mo brag say the number 6. God forgive us. Why? And in Chile-mani or my nya cancer near the end, they will come and question us. What you say? They will come and question us. A friend saying, a boss Quincy, we have lost money. And it's in the billions, but citizens of Ghana are more interested in Samidian fees attacks on Afenyo. Pathetic. The money that we have lost. And so they bread mind. We are not thinking about that. As a Ghana for no, are more thinking about Afenyo mark in Samidian fee. But just studying is created. It's a crop is deliberate. Yes, shifting me can some time ago said diversionary tactics. No much marketing blog and any divert attention. Why are you chasing us in there? Also your agenda. Not general from Queen's mind into until when we talk about diversionary taxes. Why is it I said we have a major issue about the impact of gold no on your cocoa, the impact of gold no on the environment, the impact of gold no on your health. But the dream who said yes, I mean fini afenyo can come back and forth. When they divert your mind there, the questions that need to be asked. Say a Danny a book at $1.7 billion. A Danny a book. Could have been to say Ghana deserves much better under this government, considering how much Ghanaians voted for them in 2024. Yet we are witnessing nothing to write home about. They are rather taking us backward. Oh no, or Kanisano. Deborah Nathaniel also say, I'm always shocked at how the media and knowledgeable Ghanaians allowed NDC to lie their way to power with their policies like 24-hour economy and in Kokon Ketenkete, etc. Well, I know they are so they be American. We have a right to use our head. Until sometimes when you catch people have been lied to her. Let's say so you lie no without using our head and assessing. Well, sometimes also say so you use your dear. Nemo be also so isa. A branch was say if you are somebody if you will explain tire. I didn't watch them so say no. Sammy Jeff is acting like he's managing his own business with his entrenched position and posturing. He's not minding his choice of words. In fact, many other kodo upon kroma posti bibi. I was very interested in that. And you see, so we were on about betting me to kodo Sammy Jeff for yes kodo upon kroma. Na kodo upon kroma because you say they are almost at the same level. Omunyina young politicians. Omunyina rose to politics around the same time. And kodo upon kroma posti as some said Sammy Jeff check bibi Utsubaya awode kasa. What you say, Sunny o kasa, or neya would they kasa said you'll be can be annual to be at their money paying and Nina actually will nipa buying. Nina actually will nipa buying. It is a medium finger very careful when you feel like Bibia bet Nyaka, I was so bad you be a terminal. Politics, you cannot insult your way every time. And here maybe one of my was so to me. What you say? Or say it is Kodopon command the opposite. It is needless to attack the minority leader. His person only to admit that indeed there is a 22 billion loss that we are ignoring. No. It is a Samije who admit there is a loss. And then I will attack minority leader. Needless. And I could upon Komaka. Needless. Don't divert attention from the loss. There is a loss. Men fact didn't divert attention from the loss. In fact, David Banner, a big sister, this NDC guys came to power and started selling the gold reserves. That is what pack or Anana was 38 tons. Omutonya besi 19 tons. You cannot change that fact. You see, I had a facts over lies. Facts over lies. Yeah, my propaganda and divert attention. Yeah, facts over lies. What you say? Douglas and son, or say I do not regard our politicians, including these fake pastors, especially Pacho the member for be also for fake pastor. Why, Mr. Wow, they know I can watch them. No, fire near why? Kofi kuna do also person Kofi kuna do also person join the show mpacho may arrangement until I think maybe like from next week may the link to so that all of you can join and on Friday we can try it from Friday. Abdul Majid, what a good evening Vim lady. Alexander Asari also Stockholm, Sweden. Oh yeah, monamo country no the hot chilling edamase papa no about bedaya see about Jesse on the Bible atem but Jesse here we do comment why I say we do a comment at him did comment to be out at him did no coffee no could atem and ya honey a more platform no for atem did mo kitchen blogger no so hold to me corner who did atem ono de say promoter of atem did to ko na muna mutu ya ne kantino mbetu ya ne kam we di atem no mutu ya ne kan ha de ya mo bi a chance Everybody will be a papa atem. Reputation is very important. Ebi na Samije fi kakra tu no say Samije fi so. Atem didi enye. Enye mo bia. It shouldn't be that will be the say atem didi. Ruth Mensah say the way I see you, where from and how you are, it looks like it's not okay. I don't understand the can why. Ora, or say Ashanti Student Union is supporting you big time. Me da se pa ora. Asusu de me am crofo. I think some time ago cry me ba hobe ma lecture wo Legon. Asu good 86. I say all politicians in Ghana will suffer pacho Mr. Wada. Why Mr. Medome politician be how they leave them. let posterity judge them. Why? Koasari, Osifia, Sami JV is being pampered by the media house in Ghana, and that is why he always behaves like a Superman. Well, I don't know about anybody pampering him. It shouldn't be like a way a Ghana Juma, Osun Ghana, a Ghana and Coswo no Tube ya. Many be a bit me how. And I pops are bopping kind. Mammy body be on call a okay. Let me just do this quick one. Met what we so Friday. Because time now we Dr. Baumiano can say he's ready to work with anybody. Also be why ready so any be no Dr. Baumia so any be which is a good thing. I think that Dr. Baumia should do more than just saying this. Also Dr. Baumia more than just wear spec. Into Dr. Baumia say wa do more than just talking. Do more than just talking. What you say? Say Beya said and I'm not chairman Sabon to say he even had ideas about Alan. So Alan go too far now to me go for Alan and ba. Engage everybody. Second, there was on any castle engage him, talk to him again. It is more than you must do more than just talking. In fact, Dr. Baumia last me catch that okra in Cremofoya no more attacking Christians here. Beya say me. This is something that Dr. Baumia you should have spoken about. And I did also do nice form. Say see amatis or mati Bank of Ghana. Says monitoring Islamic Bank BB and for people are talking about Dr. Baumia for 94. As a Muslim, no, you must be concerned when Muslims are saying things that are criminal, that are offensive to Christians or other religions. And Dr. Baumia, Winnie, meaning say, Christopher, in fact, vice president, Christopher, to be vice president and to succeed as a vice president. And it's a cremoni be offensive against Christian, Dr. Baumia. You must speak because what I'll be losing in this. Says I deal with a twaswa. Now, for Kassan Niema Enya, Wobaumia, what now? Christopher, buphobia, they will vote against you, Baumia. Say Christopher, buphobia, what I'm going to vote against you. So be concerned. You must show more action than just words. Show more action. Into beyond MPP, national executive, regional executives are also known in terms of national politics. Show more than just words, Mr. Baumia. Because yes, I deal with, especially the Christopher Muslims issue, a bit affected. Because media, my intelligence report is showing that I deal with it was carefully orchestrated to undermine Baumia or chances for 2028. It was carefully orchestrated. It wouldn't be a foundation form. Na say imam for now ni omunyina be kasa to warn against some of these utterances because it is only a increasing resentment among the Christians, and we don't want that differences to because Ghana there one country you went you Abdul Rahman or Vim lady, I trust you are the Vim lady ampa Abdul Rahman medasi bebre medasi papa good or say galamsey and food shortage now ahead of Ghana. Archbishop Duncan Williams have seen this in the spiritual realms. So say galamsey that they come any ahochre but yes say for ye twetwagua wo come papa mu kro mu adanse ne amanse a enkofo twetwa egu and omu to gold omu twetwagu ye banchia ne ye twagu. In fact wo come papa mu kro mu say banchia na ka bebre 5 cedi wo to aye de bebo kra ene banchi 3 5 cedi kwa danse ne amanse banchi 3 5 cedi banchio a company the edru ho dada and we are not seeing it. A company edru ho dada what I say you Ruth Mesa say madam please where did you get the Vim lady? Sister Ruth I'm say your office boys no Jerry Justice morning kwa me na down morning and then omodi said in mami I think that time then you be abai na na boro ye enyumi I do no mkaka 7 one of the man am so say masum Clifford well said Vim lady well said pa Stoneboy 86 Abranti Stoneboy 300 so no so Stoneboy asem to girlfriend on the Stony okay I like that Stony okay me na me born wrongly Stony you see if it seems every sector in this administration has failed. It is so sad, but my question is how will most Ghanaians travel to abroad to get a better future? Okay no so busasa say as a sector bia I don't think sector bia mum na efeli there I don't think sector bia mum any efeli there Ruth see indeed you have proven so you Vim lady you me that is that you Collins say if did Amoakohene take a course in logic mpacho mamu di kitchen blogger nature onu no didi atem ye they had we are classy What you say, we are very exposed. We don't follow him. We dey boost our question. Obe fire na fire no, but we men yet say we be our person we did in intelligence. Miss I dey not train. I mean, I'm catch so mongu ye maso Ashanti region. What you say? Mongu Asante man masi. I dey be wa men yet. Say who can say Dr. Bawumia say what a year. It doesn't change the fact that we can question a gold board because it is purely losses about purely management. So one managing company for over 2 years, not losses, but you can't blame the person who started the company. What you say? One managing company about 2 years, that's a losses bar. You cannot blame the person who started the company. And when I'm in Ashanti region minister and say maybe good yenimasi or represent a whole big region to say Ashanti region, maybe good yenimasi, Dr. Amoakohene. Maybe good yenimasi. Nti I had the intina na metiano no because me were interested when Musa Memana succeeded. What you say, nti mo be good yenimasi. The loss that Ghana GOLDBOD experience has not. In fact, Professor Bob in Council say taxes nekra was a small scale minus my government. Kwa wetchum. Na no Bawumia na betwe mu. Dr. Amoakohene. Bawumia na betwa taxes ni mu ana hwan na betwe mu. Ono betwe mu. Yesterday we Ashanti region because ye pese that be the president. That be a person the president. We are quabbling so because I know converting na mame Betty Bodudu to do it. Timid Betty Bodudu to be so a quabbling. What you say? Until we are coming to me fire because I am a dish preoccupé. But men could be and now could not bontina uko candia entirely. There's no correlation between whoever set up the gold board and the losses that they have a year first a cost in 2 years. But me I take gold board ne. If the losses about within 2 years, why are you even bringing it? What's the correlation? What is the correlation? Dr. Amoakohene, obey study wa Ashanti region. Dr. Amoakohene, obey study wa Ashanti region. Yes, study wo. We are mini aketo. Yes, study wo. Because me to me atian. Yes, study. Yes, study. Me guye ni mase. Ade bi won man kan somewhere to asum. Kan somewhere reasonable. Can someone logically, it makes logical understanding or reasoning. Men can someone off record. That's a bo reggae no. Now also high life, and I a high life for you. Now they also pampana sa bibi fufro. Bra men yes sir. Reggae ni a first a high life ni a ibia, and slow jumps any a ibia a first a reggae so new relationship. What I say? Into Mr. Yesterday Dixon as someone or civil lady can't also be political trap by the NDC to distract the MPP by nowadays Muslims what's happening and I make catch us a medium who say NDC one propaganda sankremo for na you say kobusa omo started so mo threatening Christopher now o check abohu maybe omo free propaganda Ajimadi say they don't say Mahama is Mahama is whole anymore. Ajita. I see NDC for no say Mahama is a whole. Movie so you very interesting people. I see Mahama is a whole NDC for crazy Jaika. One point na me who video bi say sabi kojo pon ko say as a crazy pray na one loss you. Praise a prayer, no 1.7 billion. No. Sami Jeff Munya as a praise a na mo beside him. Secret 1.7 billion. Secret 1.7 billion. Maboyeka. Secret no so. Secret. Na Sami Jeff video. Me say Chairman General just okopanicho. Chairman General just okopanicho what? Yo. Sister Ruth they say if your husband is very lucky to have you as a wife, more of it. But me krukroni, right? When you say mudo or a sharp brain, Ruth so God bless you and your family. God bless you more. What it? I could point shout more, money. And said I make a good program as a creno. Now says I mean, $1.9 billion loss, approximately 22 billion Ghana cedis. And now Professor Bob say a bro sasikano. Main drivers need a depreciation of resold gold values. I said, when we back our gold, ye talk near cotton, not a depreciating. And then I didn't what now, cotton, it will be depreciated. Gold is now having highest market value or international world market. The other than a tonaton, yaboka. Tonaton, Oh, to ade any cheap akoton no. Me nim hwe kra no me maton ade okwase adwa so wo komti wan dwom da. Konko achiri konko ukoton ade na nkoton a. Konko achiri konko. Ede na otoboka. GOLDBOD. Because the research is showing say major drivers of the depreciation losses no, is that depreciation in resold gold values. Gold not on the then or now got on and born costro. As of now, gold prices are costro gold market. The other day a tomboka. Sami JV. A then a ton gold no boka. If gold no price a costro on the international market. Yeah, oton on another na price low. Now the price has gone up on the international market. Then a tomboka. Sami JV. Brasami. Then a boka. Because Sami Jefi Nankasa is admitting say ya boka. Then ya boka Sami Jefi. Inti no na Professor Bopin kano. So major one here because of depreciation. Ya to gold no. Ba omiamu jamu 38 tons. Mobile maton. Amanaka 19. Ye kotobi account. Even the amuka na moton ye. Moton ma hwen. Moton at what price? Because it doesn't make sense. Say gold prices cost through on the world market. O koton a ton cheap. How can you buy it, sell it at a cheaper rate? A cheaper rate. And so no one talk about say main drivers need depreciation of resold gold, trading margins, SA charges, and an off-taker service fees. Meanwhile, said they're not Professor Bopin Kano taxes on cramo year for official counter perspective. No, say Sami Jefino Oka say who admit said there's loss, then you turn around and say that there are no losses. You yourself, you're admitting that there is a loss. Or see, there's no losses. And to talk only a minority leader kokuye, actually, I can't say. And talk only a minority leader kokuye, I can't say. There's a also Kabibina NDC full soldiers, so they charge you of no say, yes, I'm just no, it did wrong. It did wrong. But go yes, I'm just video, and then NDC there, and then MPP there. Go near be there. Everybody has a right to speak about the matter. I was for my FSC and say Friday, a best to us, and also still GOLDBOD issue, the best on the ababio. And we look at the bigger macro economic indicators, microeconomic indicators now. We look at all that. Why? Into my menamuna say, well, I will send a message. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Pastor. I will send a message. Christabel Johnson, yeah, Christabel send him number. No, why? Send him number. No, me force was a menya yinibi amao ticket. No, why? Into Pacho send him number. No, why? Christabel, so what I team and Pacho send me your number. Why? I appreciate you if you send me the number. Thank you so much, Frank. Please help us since France embassy does not reply our phone call since morning. We have been calling but no reply. It's for my case, Pacho. France embassy, what are they doing? France embassy, I don't know. Pacho Mami white, so that I can see if I can ask anybody. He call and say Sami JV is in power and he has power. And you know, on any majority for now, I'm change the design. No, I'm change the design to catch up or Bob and say, and yaba omiana design defect. No, they change the design when they took over. And now my losses no akobano. Abena kesiwa. Oh dear do. Abena kesiwa. Jamoyo Kuyapini, Abna Kesewa, I love your name. Also, you are educating some of us, and we are very grateful. Abna Medasi Bebre, and I love your name too. Why? Udiya Meda Abna Kesewa. First, near here, Kiso concert party. Na sister be a friend Kumiwa. Born and Yano, so nice woman. Kumiwa. Ado say, if you are, or say, Mother Ghana, where are we going? Hey, one me boy Ghana, yebe bro. Imano Ampiao, so dear day. Naso Fubi Organ, a friend of Prophet Ampio, and I think he's so there. Please ask for me who buys the Galamsey gold. Patroni no mutoma GOLDBOD na Nini no mutoma GOLDBOD. That is why GOLDBOD gold no cost no. Omuni no mutoma GOLDBOD. Iman was even lady fantastic. Take it easy on Dr. Amoakohene. I mean you are kumano no. Me ame bra no nti me manage the kakra come person that actually to me the president money ye. But I was here na checking the man or church on why. So that he will not be once I did boy a tiano fie na nkwa bontin na me ye no nuni I say it's like our country there, the government is in power and they don't accept any negative consequences, losses, declines. Be one person media too. All these are things that are part of governance, so they need to accept it. Very true, absolutely. Ni can't corporate governance so I my idea say if profits Sami fee or budget na losses there o say ba omia massa yesterday Sami fee akwesi say if ya. What shows that Dr. Baumia hasn't spoken to Ken? Omia na make counsel so on signing in Kasabio. I'm not saying say Bibi say he hasn't spoken. I'm aware say but no mu primary school friend no money committee but I'm may council so be what you say Ruth they say if you are we are all proud of you, keep it up, we support you. Ruth me that be bring yakopon sharp why Collins they say what Amoakohene said is akin to blaming accidents on car manufacturers instead of blaming drivers and their recklessness. Enti Dr. Amoakohene obi na aka to say the whole can it said the person or chest accident as a car manufacturer no aye name driver now e be reckless no on their own blaming for the accident no. We also Ghana card is now 750. Patradi we may investigate Amawati because it's crazy. Nuni say friends say Nuni udi yami do because minim Nuna. Me what fati be the Nuna, but minim Nuni. I love this name Nuni. Also we are just blinded by politics, so we don't even accept facts anymore. And the Nuni, you are spot on. Politics inti adia ya no kra kra empesi ebeja tumo. Empesi ebeja tum. It's sad Nuni and na waka no. Nasamu Isha Nasamu Shalihu. Oh, I love your name. Shalihu. Minti Shalihu da. Minim Salifu. I love your name. I see you are great. Salihu Medasi Bebre. I love your name. Arome Yao. Another good name. Arome. Ana Arimi. Arimi. Minim Shake Arome Yao. Until Mimi of us must see for. Or say astute and eloquent women lady in Pacho Medas. I appreciate you and the accolades. Why? Christabel Johnson says kindly confirm a number is received. Okay. Pacho me receive it. I haven't received him. Pacho sending private message fan to Facebook. Okay, I've seen it. Pacho. I've seen it. Pacho me send no message. Why? Me pay I've seen it. I appreciate you. Why? And tell me for Mamina Masi, we'll continue to question some media because it is our right as Ghanaians. It is our right as taxpayers. It is our right. We'll continue to question him. Jonathan Mills, Pacho Medasi, bye. Jonathan, God bless you too. Jonas today me will be me fear Mills. Na me teacher be the Mills, and I like your name, Mills. AJ Bell. Hey, I'll see Austria now, Pacho. I thank you. I appreciate you for your kind words. I appreciate you, Pacho. Friday, another fire. NEBC. I mean, I'm saying why, Pacho. But for Adai Pacho is open to all. Anybody can come. What I say, dinner no near the now here tickets. But in here, our Christabel, they were sending messages, or me money be. Me organizers no more pay the man of money. Me that say, Pacho, I appreciate you people too. Nyakopon ya adma Friday, Bishop. Thank you.